Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is another guest video from Maelstrom in the Zero Shiki. I like that design. It's a pretty sharp looking suit. I'd love to see it get a model kit at some point, just because, yeah. I feel like it's trying to be a lot more literal about the combination of a Gundam Mark II and a Rick DS than the Hyaku Shiki wound up being. But also, yeah, this is a 700 Zero Shiki, so that's why Maelstrom's fighting a Berge Gyros there. And yeah, has a pretty good skill set, has a beam rifle that does pretty good damage and can rapid fire uncharged shots, and also has, a good downswing, a birdlime launcher, just generally a good set of tools. And also, if you don't feel like the beam rifle, I believe it can use either of the bazookas that the Hyaku Shiki and Rick DS can. I think I'm remembering that right. I haven't taken that out in forever. For that matter, I wouldn't mind taking the Berge Gyros out again sometime, though. Lately, I've been trying to get another round with the Vignagina too. Just spacing that yo-yo attack is really, really difficult for me. I'll just have to figure out the spacing and the timing, but I always feel like for what it is, I could/should be getting more damage out of it, and just so far I've not quite managed that. Let's see. Somebody there with very low health. Beam rifle shot or a Vulcan charge might be able to do it. It's a GPO-1FB. Yeah, Maelstrom switched to the Vulcans because he was able to get a couple of shots off in between stuns from the FB. Somebody else finished for him, so time to find something else to throw some beams at. Or get, locked down by something. Was it that unicorn, or is that a friendly unicorn? It's hard to tell. Okay, it was Todus Ritter, yeah. I hope the automated closed captioning comes up with something fun for Todus Ritter again. I still remember Toad Stripper, which is just, just such a great name. There's a couple of ways to take that, but I just picture like a nice little, nice little tool to gently, nudge toads off of a surface so you can then paint it. But, let's see. But there is said Todus Ritter. Got it with the neutral. Yeah, sometimes the fastest attack is the best one to take. So, and I like the colors on this Sosby. It looks like it's more or less using Berge Gyros inspired colors. That may not be the inspiration, but that's, there's a similarity there, I feel like, and it looks good. Either way, Maelstrom's team has a fair lead. Decentish lead, like maybe one or two suits ahead at 700, but it is a start. That's okay. That's closer to 3. Very nice. And yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I think I said this recording, might have said it the last one. I'm blathering a lot, so I've retaken this a couple of times. I would like to see a model kit of the Zero Shiki, just because it's, I like the design. And, I don't believe we have any suits from Zeta Gundam defined as model kits yet, but, hopefully we'll get there eventually. The Perfect Grade New Gundam Unleashed comes, or Unleashed New Gundam, rather, comes out, I believe, this week in Japan, along with the High Grade Legend Gundam. And, yeah, that's one I'm probably never going to get because it is expensive, but the Perfect Grade, of course. But it looks really, really nice. I still have never gotten a Perfect Grade kit, so eventually I might, but yeah, just still messing around with high grades mostly. I have some master grades and real grades to put together, but just never get around to it somehow. My brother is practicing with airbrushing, and years ago a friend gave me a master grade GUF custom that they had started to assemble but hadn't gotten very far with, so I let him take that for airbrush practice just because he's going to do a better job with it than I would. But see, there's that GPO-1FB again, which Maelstrom managed to stun with the neutral. Unfortunately, it was not alone. I think he got taken out by the Todus Ritter's incoms there. And, yep, okay. It's not terrible. let's see. I think the scores, yeah, scores are pretty good. Maelstrom's team maintaining its lead. 3 minutes to go, and people have remembered to take points. I feel like I feel like a lot of players, especially in rated, have been way more aggressive about taking points lately, which honestly, I understand. It gives a good advantage. It's, rated matches are what they are, but just, boy, the back and forth about taking checkpoints gets tedious to me sometimes. But, oh well. Let's see, 2.5 minutes to go. Good scores. Unfortunately, there's only two people on Maelstrom's team on the field, and he's not only one of them, he's the one closest to the enemy. So that is never a good thing. Like, I used to say it a lot. Try never to be the closest suit to the enemy. Yeah, there was really nowhere to go. Number 4. There once somebody is. Yeah, I can't move now. That's pretty much it. Once five people see you and can shoot you, you're not going anywhere. Sunlock is a thing. But let's see, we just saw that Wing Gundam Zero on the map there because it did its big beam twirl. I wonder if that's a Hatsune Miku color scheme because the wings sure are the right color to be her hair. Which, yeah, that could work. But let's see. Yeah, score's kind of getting close here with only 90 seconds to go. And that's some good shots being landed. I seem to recall that charge shots from the Zero Shiki are pretty solid as well, just because you can land a couple back to back, I believe, without overheating it. Like it's kind of like a enhanced version of the Alex's beam rifle, which itself is getting, the Gundam standard beam rifles become more and more similar to that as upgrades have gone through. But okay, somebody else got the Sazabi, but yeah, there's a lot there. The score is getting kind of narrow here, so yeah, hopefully, oh, matter of fact, they just took the lead, so yeah, hopefully the Allied team will be able to do something about that. But this is a difficult situation. There's a couple of people with medium to low health on the Allied team. Enemy team, I think, is a little bit fresher, but the Allied team is at least all geographically similar at this point, so that is definitely an improvement. They're if they can just take out one suit and keep everybody alive from there, they've got this. It's just, can it be done? Apparently, yes, because there's that Sazabi, which is down. And I think somebody else took something out at the same time. So, yeah, they've got the lead with 3 seconds to go. Good position to be in. And Maelstrom was about to launch an attack there, but wound up not being necessary. Or possible, so I'm glad it wasn't necessary. Yeah, that is the round. Yeah, that's a nice-looking suit. Let's see, top diversions, which, again, good trick to be in muted colors like this, I feel like. 78.9, 3 and 5. Yeah, I've had some like that lately. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I feel like the Zero Shiki is more directly trying to be like a combination of the Rick Diaz and Hyakushiki, more so than the Hyakushiki, or Rick Diaz and Mark II rather, more so than the Hyakushiki was. Because yeah, one of the things about that is that I'm pretty sure that at some point they said that the Hyakushiki was supposed to be based on data from the Rick Diaz and the Mark II, but Ayug hadn't had the Mark II very long when that when the Hyakushiki hits the scene. Like the basic rough conceit as far as the passage of time in Zeta Gundam is that when it was aired weekly originally, you're kind of supposed to be seeing it real time. Every episode is like a weekly occurrence in the in the Ayug's fight against the Titans. Doesn't match up 1-to-1, but that was basically the concept. And that means that, Ayug had probably had a hold of a Gundam Mark II like maybe a month by the time the Hyakushiki had debuted. So at the most, I figured they had to make some minor revisions or tweaks based on the Mark II, because I'm pretty sure that uh, mobile suits are not like Funko Pops, and you can't like prototype them and get them to market within like 6 weeks. So yeah.